In early 2026, the United States sent several F-22 Raptor fighter jets to the Philippines. This was a major event that caught the attention of leaders across Asia and, honestly, around the world. The arrival of these advanced jets is seen as a clear signal to both allies and rivals. It says the United States is committed to the defense of the Philippines and the stability of the region. The deployment took place at Clark Air Base, a former U.S. military base north of Manila. Filipino officials welcomed the American pilots and their powerful planes. News outlets showed images of the sleek gray jets landing and taxiing on Philippine runways. Crowds gathered to watch, showing curiosity and sometimes excitement. This latest move comes at a time when the South China Sea is filled with tension. China is building islands and military bases in the area, sometimes near Philippine waters. The presence of the F-22 Raptors sends a message that the United States is ready to help defend its ally if needed. The F-22 Raptor is one of the most advanced fighter jets in the world. It was designed by the United States Air Force for both air-to-air and air-to-ground missions. The jet can fly faster than the speed of sound and is difficult to spot on radar, making it a stealth aircraft. What makes the F-22 special is its combination of speed, stealth, and agility. It can engage enemy planes before being seen or targeted itself. The jet also carries advanced weapons and can attack targets on land or in the air. Its pilot uses the latest technology to find, track, and defeat threats. Most countries do not have anything like the F-22. The United States does not sell it to other nations, keeping its technology secret. This makes deployments of the F-22 rare and important. When these jets appear, they are a strong show of American military power. The F-22's presence in the Philippines is more than just about defense. It is a message to any nation that might threaten peace in the region. It shows that the United States can quickly send its best equipment to help its allies. The South China Sea is a large body of water south of China and west of the Philippines. It is important for many reasons. First, it is a major route for global trade. Ships carrying oil, goods, and food pass through these waters every day. This makes the South China Sea vital for the world economy. Second, the sea is rich in natural resources. It is believed to hold large amounts of oil and natural gas beneath its seabed. The waters are also full of fish. Many countries depend on fishing in the South China Sea to feed their people and support their economies. Many countries have coastlines along the South China Sea. These include China, the Philippines, Vietnam, Malaysia, and others. Each country claims parts of the sea as its own. This has led to many disputes, as claims often overlap. Because of its location and resources, whoever controls the South China Sea has great power. This is why so many countries pay close attention to what happens there. It is not just a local issue, it affects the whole world. Tensions in the South China Sea have been rising for years. China claims almost the entire sea, drawing what it calls the 9-dash line. This line covers areas that other countries like the Philippines and Vietnam also claim. China has built artificial islands and military bases on reefs and rocks. These bases now have runways, radar, and missiles. Other countries have protested these moves. The Philippines took China to an international court in 2016 and won, but China refused to accept the decision. Skirmishes between ships and coast guards happen more often. Sometimes fishing boats are chased away or even damaged. The United States does not recognize China's sweeping claims. American warships regularly sail through the area to show that the sea is open to all. These freedom of navigation patrols sometimes lead to standoffs with Chinese ships. All these actions have made the South China Sea one of the world's most dangerous flashpoints. Many fear that a small accident could lead to a bigger conflict. The Philippines and the United States have a long history as allies. The United States once ruled the Philippines as a colony and later helped it gain independence. Today, both countries are linked by a mutual defense treaty. This means they promise to help each other if attacked. China, on the other hand, is a neighbor of the Philippines. The two countries share trade and cultural ties, but also have disputes, especially over the South China Sea. Sometimes the Philippines tries to balance its relationships with both the United States and China, hoping to benefit from both. Recently, the Philippines has grown closer to the United States again, especially as China pressures Filipino fishermen and coast guards. The two militaries hold exercises together and share information. The United States also helps train Filipino forces and provides equipment. This triangle of interests is complicated. The Philippines wants security and economic growth. The United States wants to support its ally and keep the South China Sea open. China wants to expand its influence and control the sea. Each country watches the others closely. Allowing United States F-22 jets to operate from Philippine bases is, honestly, a pretty big decision. It really shows that the Philippines trusts the United States and values its protection. Hosting these jets also means the Philippines becomes a more important military partner in the region. The presence of United States jets could help deter threats, and it sends a message that any attack on the Philippines might bring a quick and powerful United States response. This, might make China or others think twice before taking aggressive actions near Philippine waters. However, hosting United States forces is not always popular with everyone. Some Filipinos worry it could make the country a target if fighting breaks out. Others hope the partnership will improve the Philippine military, bringing technology and training. For the United States, it is also a chance to show support for its ally. It allows American pilots to practice in the region and learn to work with Filipino forces. This cooperation really does strengthen both countries' ability to respond to emergencies. The arrival of United States F-22 jets in the Philippines could make the region safer or, honestly, more tense, depending on how countries react. For the Philippines, it increases the sense of security. People may feel more protected knowing that advanced United States jets are nearby. For other countries, especially China, this move may be seen as a challenge. China might respond by increasing its own military activities in the South China Sea. This could lead to a dangerous cycle, with each side trying to show its strength. At the same time, the United States hopes that its presence will prevent fighting. If everyone knows that the United States is involved, countries may avoid starting conflicts. The F-22 jets are not just for fighting, they are also for showing that the United States cares about peace and stability. Regional neighbors like Vietnam, Malaysia, and Indonesia are watching closely. Some may welcome a stronger United States role, while others may worry about getting caught between big powers. The future of the region depends on careful decisions by all sides. The deployment of F-22 Raptors has honestly drawn reactions from all around the world. Allies such as Japan and Australia have welcomed the move. They see it as a sign that the United States is serious about defending its friends and keeping the region open and peaceful. China has strongly criticized the arrival of the United States jets. Chinese officials call it a provocation and warn that it could raise tensions. State media in China says the deployment is unnecessary and dangerous. Some fear that military exercises could lead to mistakes or accidents. In the Philippines, public opinion is pretty mixed. Some people support the United States presence, hoping it will protect the country and bring economic benefits. Others worry about becoming part of a larger conflict or losing control over their own territory. Local leaders work to balance these concerns. They want the protection and support of the United States, but also hope to avoid angering powerful neighbors like China. Diplomacy and dialogue will be important in the months and years ahead. The arrival of United States F-22 Raptors in the Philippines marks an important moment for the region. It shows that the United States is willing to use its best technology to support its allies. For the Philippines, it brings new security and a chance to strengthen its military. This deployment also increases global attention on the South China Sea. It could help prevent conflicts by reminding everyone of the risks of war. But honestly, it could also increase tensions if not handled carefully. The actions of the United States, the Philippines, and China will shape the future of the region. What happens next will matter to millions of people. The world will watch to see if this show of strength leads to peace, or if it pushes rivals into deeper conflict. For now, the message is clear. The South China Sea is at the center of global politics, and the Philippines is playing a key role. Saupardir, pause tattoos. The deployment of US F-22 Raptors in the Philippines has not gone unnoticed by neighboring countries. Across Southeast Asia, governments are watching closely, weighing the implications for their own security and foreign policy. In Vietnam and Indonesia, officials express cautious optimism, hoping that a stronger US-Philippines alliance will help maintain balance in the region. Meanwhile, Malaysia and Singapore call for restraint, urging all parties to prioritize dialogue over displays of military power. China, on the other hand, voices strong opposition, labeling the move as a provocation and warning of possible consequences. Diplomatic channels grow busier as ambassadors and defense officials from multiple nations hold urgent meetings behind closed doors. The South China Sea, already a hotspot for maritime disputes, now becomes an even more sensitive arena for international diplomacy. As regional alliances shift and new strategies emerge, the world braces for the next chapter. Will this show of force inspire renewed efforts for peace, or will it deepen divisions in an already complex region? Only time will tell. For now, the presence of the F-22 Raptors serves as both a shield and a signal, echoing far beyond the skies above the Philippines. Pause ones. As the dust settles on recent developments, both the United States and the Philippines are already looking ahead. Military leaders from both nations are in talks to expand joint training exercises, focusing not only on air superiority, but also on maritime security and humanitarian missions. Planned drills such as the annual Balikatan exercises are expected to grow in scale and complexity, incorporating new technologies and coordinated strategies to address emerging threats in the region. Pause. Twos. For the people of the Philippines, this evolving partnership brings a renewed sense of security, but also new questions. How will increased U.S. presence affect daily life and local communities? What steps will be taken to ensure that military cooperation translates into lasting peace and stability? Pause. Twos. Meanwhile, the broader security landscape in the South China Sea continues to shift. With more frequent patrols, intelligence sharing, and joint operations, the U.S.-Philippines alliance aims to deter aggression and uphold international law. But challenges remain: the risk of miscalculation, the uncertainty of diplomatic negotiations, and the ever-present tension of competing interests. Pause twos. Looking forward, experts agree that adaptability will be key. As new threats emerge and alliances evolve, both nations must balance strength with diplomacy, vigilance with restraint. In a region where the stakes are high and the future uncertain, one thing is clear: the story of the U.S.-Philippines partnership is far from over. Pause ones. The coming years will test the resolve of both countries, shaping not just their own destinies, but the peace and stability of the entire Asia-Pacific region.